All right, let's get right into it. You hear these stories, right? About people who achieve these just almost superhuman feats of focus and creativity. But what if it isn't just some random talent they were born with? What if there's an actual code, a command you could give your mind to unlock that exact same power? Well, today, we're cracking that code.
So, what is it? What's the real secret? The one ingredient that separates a mind-blowing breakthrough from just, grinding it out and working hard? It's a huge question, and the answer, believe it or not, is thousands of years old.
The key is hiding in plain sight, inside this one ancient Pali word, Citta. Now, you probably heard this translated before, maybe as mind or consciousness, but honestly, that's like calling a supercomputer a calculator. It barely scratches the surface. The real meaning is so much more active and way more powerful.
And here's where it gets really cool. When you break the word down, Citta means to gather, to pile up, to condense everything. And Tata, that part means to fix on a target until it's totally revealed or finished. So you see, Citta isn't just your mind. It's an instruction. It's a command to grab every single scattered piece of your mental energy and lock it onto one target until the job is done. Period.
This quote just nails it. Stop thinking of your brain as a laptop running a dozen different programs at once. Single Iddhipāda is about turning your brain into a dedicated server. One client, your goal, gets 100% of the processing power. Everything else, it gets shut down.
So how do we really wrap our heads around a concept like this? Let's make it concrete. We're going to walk through 4 modern analogies that'll show you exactly how this ancient code works in a way that makes perfect sense right now.
Okay, first up, let's talk about something from the world of high-end PC gaming. If you've ever tried to squeeze every last drop of performance out of a computer, this is going to click for you immediately.
Think about it. When you're playing a game in a window, your PC is still juggling your browser, your messages, all that background junk. The power is split. But the second you hit full screen exclusive, you're telling the operating system, hey, drop everything else, give every single bit of power to this. Citta is literally telling your brain to run your goal in full screen exclusive mode.
For our next analogy, we're leveling up. We're going into the world of supercomputers, where they're dealing with just an insane amount of data every single second.
So a supercomputer is juggling billions of tasks, right? But for the really critical stuff, an engineer can assign a process real-time priority. That's a flag that tells the system, this task is now the most important thing in the universe. It gets resources before anything and everything else. When you activate Citta, you are consciously putting that real-time priority flag on your goal inside your own head. Now, this next one is all about the stability of this focus. I want you to picture a magnifying glass on a really bright, sunny day.
Gathering the sun's rays is one thing. We can all do that. But the real power, the power to start a fire, comes from holding that tiny, intense point of light perfectly still. Citta is the force that locks it in place, that stops it from wavering by even a tenth of a millimeter. It's about sealing every single energy leak.
Okay, for our last analogy, let's take a cool psychological trick your brain already knows how to do, and then we're going to crank it up to 11. You know the cocktail party effect, right? How you can be in a super loud room, but you can tune in to just one single conversation? Well, Citta is that ability, but amplified 1,000 times. It's the power to make the signal of your goal so ridiculously strong that everything else, your worries, your phone buzzing, random thoughts, it all just fades into basically nothing. The main signal is all that's left. Okay, so these analogies are great, but why does this actually matter? How does putting your brain into dedicated server mode actually help you get breakthrough results in the real world?
I think this is a question that drives so many of us crazy. We've all been there. You have the desire, you want it so bad. You're putting in the hours, you're doing the work. So why do you keep hitting a wall? Why isn't the breakthrough happening?
Well, the ancient texts pretty much give us the formula for getting stuck. You have chanda, that's the desire, the will to do it. You have virya, that's the effort, the energy. But if your citta, that concentrated, locked-on focus, is scattered, it's like trying to knock down a brick wall with a garden sprinkler. All the energy is there, but it's just too spread out to do any real damage.
And this is just such a perfect way to picture it. Scattered energy is, well, it's cool, ambient. But when you compress that exact same energy into one tiny point, you generate intense heat. And it's the heat that melts steel, burns through obstacles, and breaks the barriers you're up against. Citta
is the thing that creates the heat. The ultimate goal here is to reach what you could call a single process state. It's a state of total fusion where the line between you and the task just dissolves. Your mind stops thinking about the problem, your mind becomes the problem-solving machine. That's the zone where incredible things happen.
So let's leave it with this thought. You are walking around with the most powerful supercomputer ever created sitting right inside your skull. It is fully capable of entering this exclusive, all-in, dedicated mode. So the only real question left is, what single, all-important process are you going to give 100% of its power to?